So because I think about it, bro, when I was traveling and performing and competing, everywhere that I really won, I had a group of people
Mm.
outside of the one-on-one. So what I'm saying
Yeah.
is like when I perform, did you come to one of my coast to coast performances?
I did not. I didn't. But I remember you won the two back to back. I
Back to
remember.
back in New York, and then I came to Philly and
Philly.
won, and I think I was the
Mm-hmm.
first one to do that. At that point in time, you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
when I did that, I had
People with
like
you.
like 8 people with me in New York.
You're
So
jumping ahead. But
oh yeah, right, right. Yeah,
no,
for sure. All right,
I
my bad,
was
my bad, my
saying,
bad, my
bro,
bad. All right, all
when
right,
you
all
went
right. Good
from
bad,
the
good bad.
battling, I keep saying the
Yeah,
battling.
yeah.
That's probably why he keep having
I
reminiscing. I
went
keep
from the
saying the
bars to
battling.
just music. Right,
So,
right.
right.
Got you,
So from the
got you.
stage of rapping to the the performer of the records, how did it get to that?
How did it get to that? That's a good question, bro. How did it get to me actually just performing songs?
Yeah.
Um, it had to. That's something I probably really got to sit on, bro. I don't have a crystal clear answer. But I would had to think it had to come from me just paying attention, bro. It had to.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I'm always paying attention, so it had to just come from. Um, no, I think it was a transition from Dice to High Def. So
Okay.
I think that's because it was a difference, right? So when I came from Dice, bro, like Dice was like the main thing my focus on was having as many raps as I could have. I
Mm.
had to always be prepared with high raps. You know what I'm saying? Once I became High Def, it was like I had to be hot. Period. So it wasn't even just about
Mm.
raps for a battle or just having hot raps, but I wanted to be. I wanted when people talk, I was like, "Yo, like like boy, like he fire," like you know what I'm saying. And I didn't want to just only be bars because
Yeah,
I
to be
felt
well rounded.
I just always feel like my bars is one of the best bars,
Yeah.
you know. I just
That's
always
not
feel like,
even.
bro, and I feel
That's
like bigger. That's
undeniable.
big, and I feel like it's bigger than Philly, and I proved that rapping outside of Philly. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So yeah, I got some more stories to tell you as we move on. I got you.
But it's no, that's good. And
Yeah.
that's good that you went through the transition. And so
Uh,
I'm gonna help you
yeah.
out a little bit because I know
Got
I'm
you.
bringing things back a little bit.
No, no, you got it. No, you got it, bro. I actually want to talk about it. You know
So
what I mean?
how? So when you was
Shout out to
starting up,
Icelandic.
so when you was doing the raps and the performing, when did it become all right? I gotta have that hit single, and you know what that hit single was?
That y'all know what it was. To me, it was war. To y'all was model chick.
I remember War. All right, how to get okay? So bring us to War.
It was a competition. I forgot what competition it was. It was some competition online, and they had the beat, and you had to create a song to the beat.
Mm. So it was so that was the first thing that came to your mind was just
This means war.
mm.
Yep.
So did
And
when
I was rapping my ass off on that
you
joint.
was what? That's what I'm saying. I remember. I remember. I
And Chalk
remember
was like,
War.
"This not a hit record. This more like a fan favorite record." You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chalk.
Shout out to Todd,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
biggest critic of the game, but she'll be on your ass about it. But I mean, like you said, because and I'm glad we talk about that because there are songs that in our heart we like, yo, this is what's going to go. This is what listen. This is what it is to me, and I wanted to. You want to portray it out to the to the industry, to the crowd, whoever.
Right.
But what made you transition from the war to model chick? Was it
Tom. No, it was Tom. It was years.
sure?
It was years apart. So I'm just saying
Okay.
it was just not like it was the time too. Like it was time in between, right? So it was a bunch of songs before I got the model chick. My Death to the Whack rapper mixtape that I had put out had a bunch of records on there.
I
I
remember.
was
Yeah.
rapping too. I'm not rapping on everything, but it was records on there too that was creative. Like we did the back to back about a female that was two friends, and we both met her at different times, and she was
Mm,
messing with both of us. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling stories on there, so it was like I, it was already there, bro. Model chick came from if I'm let me see because I'm big on giving people love. If the transition from war to model chick was along the likes of seeing people like lights.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? So it was seeing people like lights. And at that point in time, before lights was lights to everybody else, we was fun fact, we was in a rap like program to some degree at
okay.
at the King Center down North Philly.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Um
know.
yeah, for sure. A lot of people don't know, right? I got some stories, bro. And
We
I'm a yeah, I'm a nugget them out. Like but no. And the lights was down there. And, I think Miss Deanna, that's her name, right? I think she was I don't know what type of collaboration they had, but after that, I didn't really see him. But at that point in time, that I was the guy. And this was at the King Center, and then
Mhm.
like 15 people in there. No, he,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
The
So
name
they was
traveling, yeah.
for sure they was bringing like Purdy Ricky down into the King Center. It was crazy. It was I got some crazy memories when I really think about it.
Cool.
But then fast forward, see Lights perform. And when I see Lights perform, we had the same event, so we had the DC joint, right?
I
So
remember, yeah. I was there.
I feel
Yeah.
like I seen them before that, but at the DC event, we performed. If anybody, if it was two hot performances of the night that people actually liked, it was I would say it's between me and Lights, right? Because I
Yeah.
seen how I captivated the people. Like I seen the people, but then
That's
I
how I remember
seen
performing. You seen you perform. So
yeah, for
yeah.
sure they was going crazy. The DJ was going crazy. Like, yo, what's
Mm-hmm.
going on? Like
Mm-hmm.
they was caught off
Glued into
guard.
what? Seriously, I was glued in. That's why I knew.
Right,
I'm
right,
like,
right, right,
there's a difference. But
right,
go
right,
ahead.
right, right, right. No, 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 for sure. However, though, lights go on.
Mm.
Right, this is after me.
Yeah, you did because he
I'm
came
gonna
later.
set the
Yeah,
stage, right? So first of all, lights come there. He got a party. He got like two,
he
three
had a lot of
buses.
extra people come with him. Yeah,
I don't know how many people with him. He got like some major figures with him. Like in
yeah, he
there,
did have
from in
people
there,
with
bro,
him. Yeah,
loaded in there, right?
yeah,
So he performed, bro. It was like a concert. Right. So
yeah.
one thing that I can't say about me is I can't perform. Right. So
Fact.
I know that I can perform. But
Fact.
when I seen Light's performance, in my mind, it was like, that's the element that I'm missing. Right.
Mm,
It's the element of having a record that people can sing from front to back and they know that I'm going to perform it. Right.
mm.
So that's organization, right? That's understanding that we on this mission to get people to like something, and that's how we're gonna present it to them. And Lights had that
He did.
like no other to me.
Really?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
So,
So
yeah.
when I seen that, bro, I'm thinking because I don't even know if this is 100% true, but I have no problem with accrediting to him because I know that it still influenced me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I went back, I was like, all right, I need some records. I need to start organizing my sets a little better. I need people to know what I'm gonna do, and I need people to know these goddamn lyrics, right? Because if you don't know, if we're not choreographed, right, and you don't know what I'm gonna perform, then how can you sing what I'm gonna perform?
Right.
You'll be like a real fan at that point, and you gotta know all my
That should be
music.
all in sync. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at that point in time, my rate of volume was super high. So I just had a ton of things I was sitting on. So it was really about how I felt what I was gonna perform, which
Fact.
ain't got nothing to do with business. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I seen Lights, bro, and then that transitioned me into all right, I need some records that people know from front to back, and then voila.
And that's good because, and I'm glad you touched on that
Right,
because at that time, you are a rapper's rapper. Like I'm gonna keep saying that through the whole
right, right,
damn
right.
interview. You're a rapper's rapper. So in your mind, because I was kind of the same way. Bars over everything.
Mhm.
But you gotta understand, it is a business. It is an industry. People have to know your music. They gotta have something to connect to.
Right, right,
So it's
right,
good at that time that you can see in another artist, you know what? He got records. He got things that can move. I gotta acquiesce a little bit.
Mhm.
You still you. You
Right,
still doing. You still got the bars. You still a good writer.
right,
Cause we both writers. You get what I'm
right,
saying? So
right,
we understand we can tailor this to this crowd for the bar people, the barbarians, and all that. But you gotta have a song for the chicks. You
right,
gotta have the songs for the clubs.
right,
So when you had Model Chick at that time, it was perfect because, like you said, it was starting to transition to where you gotta start having the motion. You already a performer.
right.
So being that you got that single that everybody know and can connect to, it was good at that time. So that's why I always wanted to know
Fire at
where
that
the connection was.
time.
So when you start to do your own shows,
Mhm.
and when I started to see you do Model Chick, you got choreographed, you got dancers, you got um, and that's what inspired me. Excuse me. That's why I want to
Right,
get to. So it inspired me to be like, man, I want to be the rap dude, and I want to, as you said on your first mixtape, because it was the same for me. I wanted to be diverse,
right,
had a creative songs,
right.
had this songs where they could say I'm well rounded. But no, now you got the song that connect. So going into Model Chick, how did that start to how did things start to catapult for you at that time?
Well, it started with War.
Okay.
War was the one that started to catapult me.
Okay.
People got used to it, consistent. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I was very consistent with that record. And then Model Chick was just now I'm in pocket already. So War is
Mm.
used. Well, you heard War. So War is a more well. My bad. One thing I want to say, right? Since we celebrate me, I never took my foot off the gas for the bars. no matter what the records
Yeah,
was.
it
No, I'm
wasn't.
saying
It
no,
wasn't.
no, no, no. I'm not saying for what you said. I'm saying in general, right? So this is why I'm one of my favorites, right? Is because no matter what arena you hear my pen in, it's not compromised. You know what I'm saying? Like you put on any we guess a record and put it on. No matter what I'm talking about,
Mm,
it's in depth in there. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not like you know how some people switch the topic and then they're like you can tell they struggling with trying to find things to
yeah.
discuss. So if for me, if I was rapping without a cuss word, I was the same impact. You know what I'm saying? If I was rapping for a female, it's the same impact. We
Mm,
got bars actually some of my favorite bars. I'm lying. No, I'm not lying. Some of my favorite bars is in some of my raps for females. That be to me be going crazy.
mm.
I guess that's why they start. I mean, with me personally, I think they didn't want to put me on regular records because they know like that joint get a little crazy. So they put me on female records because people ain't really looking for who kind of rap the best on the female
True,
record.
true.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you got to compete with me on a regular record and that's the mindset we going into it with, it could be a little different.
Yeah, definitely.
It could be a little
Yeah.
different. Um, if I decide to compete though, we're gonna get to that part. When I do decide that, we're gonna get there.
Right.
We're gonna get there.
But no, but no, it's all right. So when you so it catapulted with you with war, right?
Right,
So when you got to model chick, what I, I think the better question is, what difference did you see?
right, right, right,
Because I
right.
know you were doing other showcases, but then when you started to do your own showcases, how did you see the difference? That's what I'm saying.
With model chick,
Yeah.
um, people reception to it.
Okay.
I remember young Bob coming up to me. I remember rest in peace, the Lights old manager. I remember them coming up to me like, yo, he like yo, this record go. And then I watched me start to dominate showcases with strangers
Mm,
easily versus
mm,
it being like I'm trying to fight the crowd, meaning that trying to get people to be involved because that was another thing I wasn't that good at was getting people involved. People would get involved because I was good on stage, but there's a difference where you can get people involved, and Model Chick did a lot of that work for me.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like they
Mm,
hear it by the time I got to the hook again,
you right on.
it didn't start moving. Everybody to
Mm,
start, you know what I'm saying? And then that translated across planes. And then that's when I seen like, oh, okay. So this is what records can do,
hmm.
this style of record. You know what I'm saying? This is what this type of style of record can do for you. If you still gotta have like some do you really gotta have a talent? I guess not. But
No,
yeah.
you can't. You have a
Not for
talent.
me. I'm saying in general. Like, do you? Oh my bad. I asked the question out loud, but I was thinking like as far as like a record carrying you. I was about to say you still got to have some talent, but you kind of don't.
As
Like
far as with a hit record, I kind of get what you're saying, but the thing is, the talent is to get people to move,
for
to
sure.
get
Right.
people to react to
Right,
it.
right, right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
That was me
So
hating as a rapper. That's them little growing pains. Shout out to Queen Clean. Shout out to Queen Yazzie B. So that was the growing pains of right then and there. Right, me just as a writer, I still got like little slights in my mind that's
yeah,
already
yeah.
there from before. You know what I'm saying? So
The
it's like
perfectionist kind of sort of. So
no,
it's
no,
like,
we just don't like things that's not that we don't think takes a whole lot of creative ability to do. So if I see somebody create something that we consider to be simple, then it's like I might do
yeah,
that. So it
yeah,
was me
yeah.
thinking like that versus because Model Chick was like that joint was organized great. I had the bridge in
You
between
had
there.
everything. You had all the elements of the hit of a hit record. But I get what